Jeremy will make a few remarks and then open up questions.
This is also not just a humanitarian crisis, it's also a protection crisis. And we've seen grave violations of international humanitarian law. We've seen basic human rights being ignored or prevented. We've seen gender-based violence on the increase, as well as the recruitment of child soldiers. So all of this gives you the impression that there's a very fragile rights agenda in the Yemen context.
وطبعا نتيجة لنقص أو شح الوقود.
For this war. The second question, why
we're asking for 2.96 billion, which is an increase from last year, and it's because the situation has just become all the more desperate and all the more negative for the average citizen. And what it means is that there are more people who require assistance. Now it's up to 22 million people who need some kind of assistance. And for example, in the food area, where last year it was like 7 million, this year it's 8.4 million, and that's a 24% increase since April last year of people who require some sort of humanitarian food assistance from us, and that's people who are not able to feed their families on a day-by-day basis. So it's across the board indications of collapse, of indications of desperate needs, and indication of people's inability to look after themselves and depending more and more on outside assistance from the humanitarian world. We see that the numbers have increased in terms of people requiring assistance, and because of that, that's an indication of lack of funding on the one hand that we didn't receive, but also it's an indication that the situation has become much tougher in terms of economics because of the lack of services, the lack of purchasing power, and that's the reason we know we've got bigger numbers this year in this year's humanitarian response plan.